Hello. Good morning. Please have a seat. Yes. Hello, everyone. Good morning. A young man walks in. It's his first day on the job. He's warmly greeted by the manager, who hands him a broom and says, "Your first job will be to sweep the floors." And the young man says, but I have an MSW. I'm a graduate of the University of North Dakota. And the manager says, "I'm so sorry. Here, hand me the broom. I'll show you how." Hello, my name is Brett Weber. Among my different jobs here at the University of North Dakota, I get to teach in the MSW program. It's a fantastic honor. And recently, I've also assumed the duties of the MSW director, so I get to start things off this morning. Welcome. This is a glorious day for such an auspicious and happy occasion. You've worked so hard. There have been long nights, sleepless nights. Maybe you've laughed, maybe you've cried. But now that they're finally graduating, you might get some rest. Yes. On a more serious note, welcome and congratulations, dear graduates. You are no longer our students. We are now colleagues. And friends and family, welcome. We've been hearing about you for a long time. It's nice to finally get to meet you. Welcome to this. So congratulations to you also. Dear graduates, I said a moment ago that you are no longer our students, that we are now. Hello, Sarah. Good morning. You're perfect. You're right on time. That you're no longer students. We are now colleagues. And I want to expand on that a little bit. I mean that in a very serious way. I may have told you at the beginning of class that this whole MSW program might feel like it's going to go on and on forever. But for us, it seems to happen very quickly and doesn't last very long at all. But our time together as colleagues will last a long time. I had a conversation with a student yesterday, helping him get ready for his research project. And he wanted a project that would be relevant, that would make a difference. And so I asked him who his field instructor was going to be and who his work supervisor was. Both his field instructor and his work supervisor are MSW graduates from UND. All three of them live in Bozeman, Montana. Ours is a far-flung group of colleagues that we get to do work together with. Also, just in the last hour, I had a couple more stories that I'm going to add to that. There was a BSSW graduate, Jeffrey Widener. I don't know if anyone knows him. He started a project in one of our classes that has ballooned into a program out at Red Lake Reservation, a family preservation program. That's up and running and affecting people's lives already. And then Tom told me a little story just a moment ago. A project that started in a class is now resulting in a change in mental health services for adolescents at a treatment facility down in Fargo. Nice work. Nice work. Congratulations on that. Yeah. I could probably go on and on with those kinds of stories, but we'll just let it stop there for now. Maybe you'll hear about them in some of the other speeches that you'll hear this morning. We are part of a gentle, far-flung, but powerful army of allies, colleagues who share unique values, perspectives, and methods. And as advanced generalists, we will engage direct practice with individuals and families. We'll work with agencies and across agencies, and we'll work to change policies at the agency level, municipal, state, national level, and help those policymakers to make even better policies. Ours is a unique profession. I think the best positioned and the most focused on the awesome task of helping people, of making people's lives better, of improving people's physical, emotional, mental, and social lives. To many of those you serve, you will be heroes. At the same time, don't get too big for your britches. You may have mentioned how many times I use the word work. You have important work to do. Work hard, stay humble. You're going to have a great deal of power, especially in relationship to those that you're working for. And when I say people that you're working for, I don't mean your supervisor, I mean those people you are responsible to serve. But now I'm starting to get preachy, and class is done, grades are in, and this is a day for celebration. So at this point, let me introduce the department chair, Professor Ken Flanagan.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. And welcome to our graduates who are about to go forth from us today and take on the world and all its challenges. And for all of those who are joining us here in this room, who have been part of their journey over the past year, as well as those joining us via live stream. I'm currently the chair of the Department of Social Work, a role I did not have when I first encountered you. I can't believe it's almost a year that in August of 2018, you came in, I think it was your first class, my group's class, 534 over there in O'Kelly. And I saw, man, this is a new group of recruits. But here, a year later, you are already not only completed your program, but like Dr. Weber said, you are now joining us as colleagues. And so that's how I want to say a few words to you, because as I've indicated over the past year, and for those of you who probably know these individuals quite well on a personal level, you know this is a special cohort. Because in the 10 years that I've been teaching, there's been something unique about all of you that have touched me, and I think each other, that I've not always observed to the degree I did in this past year. So when thinking about a couple things I just wanted to share, one is throughout the year, I would think of the Nike motto, just do it. Because in many ways, that's what you brought to class. You came for a purpose, you had a task to do, and you just did it. With ease, with extreme competence, and with an idea that it was going to be used to serve the people that you were going to be serving as a master's prepared social work. And so I encourage you to remember that motto, because certainly a lot of what we do is task orientated. And even though it may appear mundane, if we don't do our tasks, then people suffer. They don't get the benefits they deserve. They don't get the interventions that they need. And so those tasks are very important. But another thing that you bring and are bringing to the profession is a real gift. And that is the ability to form meaningful relationships. And that is something that I observed throughout this year in a way that I've not so broadly experienced in the other cohorts, both in the group class, but also the organization class. I was moving you people around all the time. And oftentimes when doing that, I get, oh, we got to form a new group. Never once did I hear that. You sat at new tables, but you were amongst friends, no matter if they were at your table the week before. It's sort of like it just happened. And I really observed a great deal of depth to your relationship. You brought out the best in one another, and you did that through the meaningful relationships that you formed this past year. That is something we desperately need, not only in our profession, but I think in our nation, in our world. We got to get back to the importance and meaning of relationship. And so besides just doing it, which I know you're going to do, and you're going to do it even better than people expect you to do, you will also please remember to form those relationships with the people you serve with your colleagues, with all of those that you come in contact. That's a gift that all of you bring. And I encourage you to use it to change the world as you go forward. Okay? Promise me? Okay. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Flanagan. Next up, I'd like to introduce Professor Kelly Gast. Professor Gast has only been a full-time member of the faculty for less than a year. Already, she's established a reputation for academic rigor, a tough but fair, one of the highest compliments that can be paid to a teacher. And at the same time that she's been doing that, she's also emerged as one of the favorites among the students. So with that, I give you Professor Kelly Gast.
I'm not sure I want to live up to that now, but thank you, Brett. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. I wish we had lots of time together today, but I'm honored, of course, on behalf of the faculty and staff to be up here with you guys today, and just know that we couldn't be prouder of you guys, and just super pumped for you to be here today. So I just want to say thank you to all of you behind them. I am in my 3rd graduate program myself, and so my husband could probably form a support group with you all. I know sometimes we're a little crabby and stressed and scattered, and it takes a village to support graduate students. So thank you for being here, and we appreciate you as well. But I've been thinking a lot about what I want to say quickly. I've been told quickly. You know, we've spent, for the most part, some really good time together this past year. But I think about when you get your MSW, the beauty of it is that you get to do passionate, meaningful work that I don't know if many other professions get to say that. And so I think about, because you've done this work, you get to be a little bit pickier into what you want to do, where you want to go, and how you want to kind of carry out the mission. And so I want you to think about that as you find places that support the mission, that you get to wake up every day and feel good about your day, that you love your job, and that you end the day, while could be very hard and heart-wrenching, that you are here for a purpose. And I think that's such a gift that now you've been given. And I think with that comes great responsibility. We know that when we are adhering to our code of ethics, that we're held to a higher standard. Sometimes that happens in the grocery store when I'm with my children and I see clients that I've taught parenting classes to. Like, okay, Cal, be your best parent right now. But we're just held to a standard where we are living and abiding by this code. And part of that is that we're going to put clients first. And that's something that when you're with other professions, that won't always be the case. And so you'll have to advocate for that. And I think that that's one gift we bring to other teams of professions. The other thing that I think about is advocacy in general. And you'll find that you see the world a little bit differently now than a lot of people see the world. And that's okay, because we don't want everyone to see the world through disturbance and through a lot of difficulties. But at the same time, you're going to have to find places for where you choose to talk about what you know, you choose how you educate people, and how you advocate for those that don't have a voice. And just a little advice, your 85-year-old uncle-in-law who has starkly, vastly different views than you is maybe not the place to start. But I've been known to try a little bit. So I think, make sure that we are, your code of ethics does not sit on your shelf, that you are intentional about it, that you seek support when needed, and that you, make sure you tell the world how important this work is. So lastly, I'm going to talk about self-care. And this feels really cliche because we talk about it a lot. And I think social workers can be really great at taking care of others, and they can be really awful sometimes at taking care of themselves. And so while I'd like to say to all of you that they should go to like the Caribbean at least once a year and float spot at least weekly, it's really, if you want to, great. And if you find a job that pays you to do that, you might want to pass it along to your other colleagues. But just daily intentional little habits that I want you to start building in yourself. And that could be just little walks at lunchtime. It could be, finding people that get it. It could also be talking to people that don't get it, because we don't want to always be viewing the world through kind of our lens. And sometimes we have to remember that the world is beautiful and wonderful, and reading a book with a kid that doesn't have trauma can be a really healing and good thing for us to do. So today I want you to think about what those things are going to do, and I want you to make sure that you implement those from day one, because we are so proud of you guys representing UND and going out in the world and doing this work, and we want you to have lifelong careers in this work. And in order to do that, you have to implement those things. So I could, you know me, I could talk forever. They have heard me more than they probably wanted to, but we're here for you guys. We're your biggest fans, and we're cheering you on, and we're excited to see where you go. So congratulations and enjoy your day.
Thanks, Kelly. Hi. While Kelly was talking, I was looking at you all, and there's so many questions I want to ask each and every one of you, and conversations I want to continue having. But that's not what today is for. And we've talked long enough. This is time for you to speak now. And so you've chosen two speakers for today. Let's see, it's Maura and Travis. You want to come forward now? And I'll let you figure out how you want to play with the microphone here.
Oh my gosh. Is it tall enough for you? I'm short.
Fine. It's fine.
Welcome, family, friends, professors, students. The time has finally come. Drew made it on time today.
Congratulations to us all on the completion of our master's in social work. This year may have seemed long, but standing here today, this year has come and gone in the blink of an eye.
Travis and I remember the first day walking into intro to social work with Todd Sage about 5 years ago, and being asked this first question, what is a social worker? The class was very quiet until he yelled, we're a bunch of baby stealers. The class erupted into laughter because in truth, unfortunately, that is a stigma that social workers have. The first thing that people think when you tell them that you're a social worker is that you're a baby stealer. There is this stigma, and it's our job to change that. He tasked us with that goal to go out there and change the world as social workers.
Social workers are, this is so low. Much better. Social workers are able, I am shaking. Social workers are able to wear many different hats, such as mental health professionals for schools, veterans, safety officers. We are trained to be advocates for all people, to promote justice, and represent each individual who cannot represent themselves, and so much more. And yes, sometimes child protection workers do need to remove children from dangerous situations. However, the main goal is to almost always reunification with the family. Social workers are passionate, we are fierce, and we have a fire burning inside us all to make so much change, whether it be a micro, macro, or meso level. For everyone out there who isn't a social worker, that's just what that means, is that it's community, state, individuals, community, and state, national levels. For those of you who don't know, when a social worker client reaches their goals and has accomplished what they needed to in therapy, they enter the termination stage. Termination means to bring something to an end or to a close. However, for us social workers graduating, termination means no more homework, no more terrible parking, and no more UND construction. Oh, our social work journey here at UND has changed our lives. We've become not only a family,
With many triangles and subsystems,
we have also gained the knowledge to really go and make a difference in individuals' lives
as long as the sessions don't get canceled from weather.
and in the greater communities we serve. We have gained great knowledge from Yalom on how to run different groups, as well as learning how to write and advocate for policies and/or policy change.
Everybody say it with me, 6.04.
6.04.
6.04.
6.04. We also conducted research and wrote our very own independent study projects, but not without the help of coffee, tears, and a little Joe Blacks.
Which we'll see you all at tonight.
To the class of 2019, the world needs social workers like us now more than ever before. We are currently living in a divided nation. We have resources running on empty, individuals fearing their neighbors, and a society that isn't sure what the future holds. What society doesn't know is that we are here, we are strong, and we are passionate about helping those around us who need a hand to hold. We have the power of righteousness, social justice, and a caring heart. But most importantly, we have the power of we're in this together. We must take this amazing superpower that we have and work together to ensure that every client has an equal opportunity to succeed to the best of their ability. To the class of 2019, you are all amazing and truly have the ability to shape the future.
The NASW Code of Ethics Preamble states that the primary mission of the social work profession is to enhance the human well-being and help meet the basic needs of all people, particular attention to the needs and empowerment of people who are vulnerable, oppressed, and living in poverty. Not only did our professors help us to better understand this preamble, they helped us to become better professionals, lifelong learners, and better advocates. In the words of Jane Addams, nothing could be worse than the fear that one had given up too soon and left one unexpected effort that might have saved the world. This work we do is hard. There are times where we may feel defeated and that we want to give up. But know this, we are going to do bigger things than ourselves. We are one drop in the ocean that will change the surface of the water forever. No act is too small, and no act is too great to have an impact.
We would truly like to thank our family and loved ones for helping us along on this journey. Thank you for not only listening to us when we're crying and crabby, but for also celebrating with us our biggest accomplishments and being our main supporters. Thank you to the professors for taking your professional knowledge and sharing your passion with us. We are truly thankful for your wisdom and patience throughout this journey. And last but not least, I really want to send out a thank you to our classmates, because truly without you, we would not have gotten this far without your social support. So thank you very much for that.
I woke up this morning and I thought, okay, I've got the MSW Hooding ceremony and it's on my calendar. It's something to check off. And I'm always surprised when I get in here how emotional it actually is. So maybe some of you are feeling that as well. Rather than a termination, let's think of this as a transition. And as a symbol of that transition, we'll now engage the hooding ceremony where the students will be hooded by their advisors. Earning a graduate degree puts you in there's only a few folks, a small percentage of the population that has a graduate degree. So congratulations on that. And here's how we'll roll. We'll have the faculty come up. I'll announce your name and your advisor will come up and hood you. You can come up at that point and be hooded, of course. And this is informal. You'll go to the larger one later on today, but here we can stop at any time, make time for pictures. Feel free to come down and make this an intimate gathering. So with that, faculty, please come forward. Everybody has their hood? Nice. Okay. Thanks, Jackie. Actually, we have a fantastic turnout today, but this is not just for our campus cohort. We also are streaming this live for our distance students. The August graduation is often a campus cohort, but we also have a couple people graduating from our distance program. First on that list is Suzanne Boyd. The title of her independent study project was Proposal for a Home Hospice Program on the Fort Peck Indian Reservation. Her advisor was Karen Lee Barkdale. Hello, Suzanne. Dan, where's the camera at? Should I? Oh, hi, Suzanne. Okay, very good. Thanks. Next on the list, Thomas Bergside. The title of his project was Cognitive Behavior Therapy in Juvenile Detention Center, and he'll be hooded by Professor Isaac Karikari. Next on the list, Maura. Maura Dunn, examination of effectiveness of TFCBT, and your advisor was Professor Yiping Shea. Congratulations, Maura. Aaron. Hello. Next, Aaron Efta. Healthier coping strategies for individuals who self-medicate to cope with their mental health symptoms. Professor Karkari. Next on the list is another distant student, Maureen Fever from Winnipeg. The title of her project, Physician-Assisted Dying and Bill C-14, Reaching Autonomy for Canadians. Her advisor is Professor Ken Flanagan. Hello, Maureen. Hi, Taylor. Next, Taylor Nelson Granberry. Examining the possible association between race and ethnicity and older adults' willingness to report elder abuse. Professor Karikari. Hi, Sarah. Sarah Griffin. Utilizing self-care to reduce burnout, Professor Shea. Hello, Travis. Travis Hayes. Does an increase in social acceptance towards the transgender community cause a decrease with the engagement of risky behavior? Professor Shea. Hello, Erica. Erica Heldman. Alternative response for substance-exposed infants. Professor Shea. Oh, Drew. Drew Yeager? Yeager? Yeager. Third time's the charm. Okay. Paradigms of practice, how social work practitioner beliefs influence client growth. Professor Karkari. And Cameron. Cameron Monson, does parental employment of well-known individuals influence children? Professor Karikari. Hello, Sarah. Sarah Gunti, solutions through a work group in an underdeveloped African country, depression in pregnant and postpartum mothers in Somalia. Randy Nedegard was your advisor, and you're going to be hooded by Jackie Hofart this morning. Congratulations. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie Raza, caregiver burnout across culture lines. Professor Karkai. Hi, Natasha. Natasha Reister, exploring availability of mental health resources for women with refugee status. Professor Karikari. Hi, Madeline. Madeline Swanson, effects of Instagram usage on self-esteem in high schoolers. Professor Shea. Les Wanarovich. How'd I do? Close? Close. Wanarovich. Wanarovich. How does the legalization of recreational use of marijuana affect social workers' treatment of substance abusers? Professor Karikari. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks, Les. And I didn't mention his work with the city, but there was too much to go through. Good looking group. Yes, hi. So with that, we'll finish up here in a moment, and there's some refreshments outside. Is that correct? Right outside. We'd also like to have you gather for a photograph. So in closing, just let me say how very proud we are of you. We hope you'll stay in touch, and we look forward to getting to work with you. Also, I don't think you understand maybe how much relief there is among the folks behind you. This might be a good time to ask for things, cars, money, favors. Congratulations. Thanks, everyone.